Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. Today's video is a review of Masters of the Universe Revelation Season 1, Part 2. This covers the back half of Season 1. We did a review already for Season 1, Part 1. Go check that out. There should be a link in the description. This will be a non-spoiler review. I want you guys to watch this series. I really recommend it. So this is the Netflix show that is produced in collaboration with Mattel, uh, produced by Kevin Smith of Kevin Smith fame. If you know Kevin Smith, you know. So there was a lot of people that did not enjoy the first 5 episodes. That is not the case here at the Next Issue Podcast. We all had a really good time with part 1 of Season 1. And I got to tell you, I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I was super excited when the trailer dropped. You can go check out also our trailer reaction for part 2 of Season 1. And this season 1, part 2 did not disappoint. Let's go over some of the talent involved. The cast, like I mentioned, this is produced by Kevin Smith. So Chris Wood, he's Prince Adam and He-Man. Mark Hamill as Skeletor. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Tila. Lena Headey as Evelyn. Tiffany Smith as Andra. And Leon Cunningham as Duncan, aka Man at Arms. So I guess I'm gonna go in a little bit of order here and touch on a few different points, and then go over an overall um, feeling of how I like the series. You could probably already tell I'm very positive here. I really enjoyed it. I watched 2 episodes, took a little break to go watch a movie, and then watch the back 3 all in the same day. I was very excited. I really couldn't stop watching. If I hadn't had to go to the movies with tickets in advance, I would have probably watched the whole thing. And it's not a big. I mean, each episode is about 30 minutes, so it's a 2.5 hour endeavor. It's not, most movies are about 2.5 hours now. Um, so we have 6 episodes. Oh, sorry, 5 episodes. Cleveland Twain, episode 7, Reason and Blood, episode 8, The Gutter Rat, episode 9, Hope for a Destination, episode 10, Comes with Everything You See Here. I really like it because the names of the episodes don't really give anything away, but they're kind of clever. They definitely do have to have something to do with the theme of the episode, or maybe a line, or something that's happening in the actual episode, which I really enjoy. So as far as the story goes, the story just continues to escalate, and I think it's very strong. I think it's a whole new mythology from anything I knew before from He-Man, but it's also not without its callbacks. Some really interesting stuff, nods to the cartoon, to the toys. Every character imaginable. You're probably gonna see them here. I really, really liked it. I really like what they're doing with the mythology and expanding it. And it feels so enormous, like in scope. Um, so yeah, the story was great. I really like that every character, really, like, of all the main characters, they all have an arc. Um, specifically He-Man, Tila, Evelyn, Skeletor, and even Andra. They all have this big arc where, they really grow. They go through some stuff, and the supporting cast, specifically Man at Arms, the sorceress, like, everyone plays a role. But like I mentioned, if you have a favorite character or a favorite toy, you will probably see it on the screen at some point. Which brings me to the animation. The animation was fantastic. I really love the character designs. Every time a character I would say, there's a change in their power, or their, um, whatever the case may be, as far as, like, there's a change in the status quo of that character. They get a redesign. All the redesigns look very cool. Specifically, I like Evelyn. She gets a couple of different looks that I really like. Skeletor and He-Man. There's a He-Man look that you may have seen from the trailers. Although it's very simple, it looks really cool. The animation for that character is very well done. Just powerful, fast, strong. Like, out of nowhere, enough strength to take down a god, as they might say in the world of the Masters of the Universe. But then also everything that relates to the magic and the universe, I think it's very well done. Like you can really feel the vastness of space, the emptiness of the void. All the magic is animated really well. And like I said, I think every character that comes in from either a prior iteration of He-Man or the toys, they get a really cool adaptation to the screen. Uh, so I really enjoy that. Uh, which brings me to a subsection of the animation, I would call it the fights. The fights are great. Look, I'm a very big anime fan, and with such, I have pretty high expectations from animated fights. This show did not disappoint. There are points where I feel like I'm watching an anime, like just there's some of the little tropes and stuff that power ups, moves, animation style, like it just really feels like that. So I very much enjoyed that. The fights are very cool, pretty violent. Every episode has a warning of fear and gore. Those are the warnings with the with the rating. So this is definitely not for the young ones, but I think anybody like teenage and up can definitely watch this show without big issue. There's not a lot of gore, but I think they probably err on the side of safety when it comes to that stuff, which is understandable. So this is definitely there is a kids version of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe on Netflix as well. It's CGI animated, so if you're looking for something for the kiddos, go check that one out. Leave this one to the older ones, young adults, and anybody plus all the way up to whatever plus 99 plus. Uh, One thing I didn't touch on a lot during the first review was the music by Bear McCreary, who composed all the music for the show. Kevin Smith talked about it a lot in the in his podcast, Fam and Beyond. And yeah, I have to give it to him. Like the team, especially with all the music for the show, feels epic, feels grand, but also delivers emotional punches. Like I think it really drives a lot of the emotional stuff. Like it really is driven by the music. But also when it comes to that grandness and vastness of space and the void, like the music really helps also bring that in, as well as expanding the mythology. So I very much enjoyed that. The voice performances are great. Um, I think everyone in the cast just really grew into their characters. Uh, even some of them pulling multiple duties. As you can see, if you look at IMDb, and I would recommend you only look once. You've seen the show that it may come with a little bit of spoilers of like which characters show up and all that. Um, Particularly, I think Lena Headey as Evelyn. She really she has a really big role in part two. Mark Hamill's Skeletor is always is grand. Chris Wood, he's good. I think he's good. He does get a little bit lost because I think um, he's just dealing with so many people that have been working on maybe animation or voice. I mean, when you're going up against Mark Hamill, you have your work cut out for you. But I think Chris Wood was up to the challenge. Overall, he was good. I really also like Liam Cunningham as Man at Arms. Um, he brings this gravitas to the project. I feel he was the Onion Knight in Game of Thrones, and he's been in so many other things. Um, and also very surprised, Tiffany Smith. She's kind of a newcomer when it comes to voice acting, but she's been around doing really cool internet things and stuff with comics, and hosting a lot. But I think she definitely, she keeps up with everyone in the cast as Andra, and then Sarah Michelle Gellar is always excellent as Tila. She really brings a lot of that emotion that is needed for Tila, but also you never feel like she's not confident, like she's not strong. I really think she pulled it off very well. There's also a lot of really cool, I would call them maybe cameo performances by a lot of different people, but I'll leave that up to you to watch. But overall, the voice performances were great. Um, when it comes to the season as a whole or the second part as a whole, I would say um, there is a bit of a lull for me in episode 8. That one's more of a. It feels like things are happening very fast, and there's every episode is very fast paced. This one, they took it a little bit more slow. There was not a lot of action happening, but there was a lot of developments happening in the story. So I think that one for me was a little bit of a lull, but I mean, it makes sense that you would do it in the middle of the season or in the middle of part two. It was a little jarring when I got to that episode, and things kind of slow down. But from then they pick up once again, with especially towards the end of 8, starting at 9. Things get going and you just don't stop. Hopping in from one place to the other. If anything, if I had to come up with another little argument, maybe the story was a little bit all over the place because there is so much going on. There's so many groups of characters you're trying to keep up with. It could be a little jarring, but if you really get to know these characters and you get to love these characters, you'll really want to know what's happening with everyone at the same time. So yeah, overall, very much enjoyed this. I highly, highly recommend it. If you are a fan of Masters of the Universe, I recommend you go check this out. If you like any of the stuff, any of the toys, like all that stuff, I think you're gonna really enjoy it. If you're somebody that didn't enjoy the part one, maybe check this out. Maybe don't. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you don't like part one, you probably already kind of made up your mind. But I think this season's worth the wait. This season was worth the wait, and this season was definitely worth the watch. It does leave on a place where we could have more. There's some stuff that we could definitely keep going in the future, and I would be looking very much forward to that if we were to get another season of this show. But let me know in the comments, what did you think of Masters of the Universe Revelations Season 1 Part 2? Let me know if you read the comic, because the comic does come to pay off. Like, a lot of the stuff that happened in the prequel comic pays off here. Even one of the episodes touches on a story that we learned about in the comic. So it's maybe that's why it happens in episode 8. So maybe that's why I thought it was a little bit slower, because I already knew where that part was going. But the comic's great. It came out through Dark Horse. We reviewed it on the channel. And so yeah, go check that out. It's written by Tim Sheridan and Kevin Smith and everybody that worked on the show. They all kind of have a little bit of an input there because it's based on that work. So yeah, very excited for this. I look forward to more human stuff coming up. I look forward to more Masters of the Universe Revelation as well. Hopefully, Kevin Smith will get another season to bring us more story, because the world that he set up with all these people in the team of Master of the Universe Revelation, they've really given us something great, something fun. So I definitely very much enjoy it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live, when videos drop. Leave a comment with your thoughts on the season. And I hope everyone can be civil in the comments. If you don't like the season, I completely understand that. And, it sucks, but it is what it is. If you don't like something, you're not going to like something. But, we could talk about it and be cool about it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
I have the